Good Friday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age conversations and other goofy things, serious things, knowledgeable things. I don't know. Hey, good morning, everybody. Here it's Friday morning in Florida today, and not warm, not cold, just kind of one of those mediocre California style, I guess, weather, kind of. Let's turn this thing back. Here, the driveway has all changed, right? Here's the trailer, which we picked up yesterday. You know, in Florida, this is so interesting. I swear the trailer dealer said in Florida that this is just a single axle trailer, and if it weighs under 2,000 net, it's actually 1,999 pounds. If it weighs less than 2,000 pounds, you don't have to have a plate. And so, so part of me is like, why do I go buy a plate? You don't have to even register the thing. But, part of me is like, if I have this thing up north, I'll get pulled over. Because they don't understand this is a Florida trailer. But I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on that. But hey, if that's not the plate, that's one less thing for me to deal with. You know what I mean? Actually, what's really weird is once you plate it, I got to pay annual registration. So I don't know. I got to do some research on that. But, yeah, so anyways, look at the driveway here. This just makes no sense to me. So the next door here is a really nice couple, and we've had a really great relationship here. I mean, as anybody knows, when you live in neighborhoods, you have relationships with people that are good and bad. And this couple here is so great, just really great people. Can't say that enough. And I use the driveway when they go out of town. Now, as you can see, there's a vehicle in the driveway that's appeared out of nowhere. Or somewhere, I should say. Yeah, so my whole driveway management thing here for me at my parents' home is my dad is going nutty over his front driveway up here. He gets people to pull into the grass and destroy his yard. So now I've got the challenge here of managing all the toys I bring down here, but usually they go away when I come down. Is there a reason they leave for a reason? Yeah, that's the running joke if you get that message. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, nice. And I'm pretty sure it's the gentleman that actually watches their home and it lives down the street here. So what I think is going on is, I'm pretty confident what's going on is he has family in, and his driveway and his garage don't fit the vehicles. He's got red vehicle down there. I think that's where he lives. So I just am assuming he's not into anything, but he's taking it upon himself to take the driveway. So it just doesn't end, does it? Relationships. Oh my goodness. And that's how I thought, hey, where's all the bikes, right? If you're watching my channel, YouTube channel, where's the other Harleys? Well, if you watched my video yesterday, the other Harleys are down at the Harley dealer getting serviced. It's pretty cool down here. Service rates are far cheaper than up north. I mean, I would have to say conservative a third less. Meaning that they're going to charge me like $335 to do the 1K service on my one bike. Up north, that's at least $500, if not more. My CVO, they're going to want $399. It's the CVO with the 117 motor. Right? So, yeah, I mean, I kind of get it. But it's synthetic oil. And they're doing on the one bike, they're doing the 5K service. That's the other, my daughter's bike. My bike, they're doing the 1K service. But anyways, up north, that would be on my CVO, $700 plus $800. They claim there's a guy that bought a bike from them that lives in Tennessee. And when he went back up north to get the bike serviced in Tennessee, they wanted close to $1,000. He waited till he's going to come back down for whatever he does down here, whatever, kind of like me, to get his bike serviced down here. So, wow. So, pretty cool that the Harley dealers down here are a lot less money than up north, but they say that's changing too. But anyways, the relationship. What could be the conversation this morning? And you know what I thought about? This is like the last Friday of the year. Beyond believable. This is the last Friday of the year. And tomorrow's the 31st, and then Sunday's the 1st of the year. Wow. And I just was thinking to myself this morning, wow, the year that I've had, in your year, and here's my mama. I'm not videoing you, so don't worry, they can't see you, mama. Mama would be like, no, don't show me. So Yeah. So, anyways, what's been your relationship this year? For me, in the automotive world, have been phenomenal. Crazy motorcycle. Same thing. I've had incredible things happen to me with my watch fell off here. Just incredible. These watches. Who doesn't have a watch? It just about drives you nuts. Yeah, mind you. Why do you even wear a watch anymore? Sincerely, I mean, you have a phone with. I mean, there's so many people who don't wear watches anymore. But I just love watches, so I wear watches, even though I fight the watches. So, anyways, the relationship. I thought to myself that'd be a great conversation, kind of wrapping up the end of the year here, because for me, I've had so many unique relationships. Or when people say, "Yeah, we have a relationship with a unique guy named Iceman on Ice Age TV," and I just thought that would be a pretty good topic today, because I think that's so crucial to all of our lives, which we all have relationships, whether it's marriage or business or your son or daughter or your dad and mom. I mean, whatever it may be, but it's infinite to the degree of relationships. And I just think to myself, wow, the relationships, and let's just go to the car industry, just to kind of keep the car theme going. And I think to myself, wow, in the automotive industry, the Green Agenda's relationship has grown substantially. I mean, I'm sure everybody here is abreast that the Green Agenda has been pounded on the automotive industry for years and years and years. And the previous administration kind of kicked them to the curb, or tried to roll back all these critical mandates. And a lot of the automotive manufacturers did side with Trump during his era about kind of slowing things down, but then a lot of other manufacturers did not. And a lot of manufacturing as well on the Green Agenda criteria and requirements and mandates. So I just give myself just alone in the, just for me, this 2022, I'd have to say, has been the strongest year for the Green Agenda's automotive presence, in my opinion, just being that because so many electric vehicles have come more into the market, more so than ever, even to the point that I think anybody that's really following Tesla, and I'm not like following them to a T, but to me it's just common sense that I think that Tesla's challenges are becoming more challenging because he's really now has competition. I mean, does anybody really stop and think about Tesla 10 years ago? 2012, go to 2013, 14. When was the first Tesla car even rolled out? I'm not really even sure on that. But I mean, you just go back 5 years ago. Tesla just didn't have any competition. I mean, sincerely, you're talking about the Nissan Leaf that goes 90 miles, the Chevy Volt, the Bolt. I mean, so just not really any major competition. Well, Tesla's, I believe, has had its free heyday. And I talk about all the time the relationship with the government of, first of all, funding him, the relationship with the government, giving him carbon footprint tax credits. I just think all that stuff's kind of drying up and going away. So I think the reality is, and then even the point that Tesla was worth $1 trillion, like $1 trillion plus in the first of the year. Now it's still worth like, 38 billion or $50 billion. And then the combined, like, domestic auto manufacturers are worth maybe 88. We're worth like maybe, I don't know. It's just the number is mind-boggling, that the value of Tesla versus the Ford and General Motors and other manufacturers, even Toyota. I mean, it's just amazing that Tesla has a value that's just beyond believable on for what it is. If you look at the assets and the infrastructure of Toyota, of the manufacturing and the car, so. Anyways, back to relationships. I got to get a cup of coffee, man. This just here it isn't working right. Trying to get things going, the day going, and Jesus Christ, what's the markets doing? It's Friday. Yeah, I predicted that by Friday of December 30th, 2022, the Dow would be 20K. What's the Dow at? Probably 33 or something? Oh, 33, yeah. So I was so wrong in that prediction, right? Good thing I'm not your stock market broker advisor, right? Wow, that coffee. Wow, yikes. My watch is still freaking flinging all over my hand. But anyway, so I just think in the automotive industry, the relationships, well, it's obvious. The green agenda has gotten such a strong relationship with the government bodies that have brought these CEOs in the boardroom and the key players in automotive industry to, bow down to their conditions. And I swear I just heard the kid. Yep, very kid. Here we go. The relationships, right? Relationship with. Oh, is she coming through? They were supposed to go to my sister. My sister texted me earlier, hey, can you come over and change the light bulb in my bathroom? I'm like, well, Dad and the kid are right up the street from me. If you text them fast enough and call them, what's going on now? Now the kid, I don't know. So now the kid's texting me. I mean, here we go. Oh, here we go. So now, oh, great. Yeah. Just incredible. Oh, it doesn't end. Oh, my gosh. I mean, I don't know. That if my daughter just texted me is factual, this is just going to be beyond believable. I'm not going to even talk about it. The relationships, right? Yeah, and family, So back to the automotive industry. Yeah, the car industry, for the relationship with the green agenda apparently is open arms and really happy, and they're moving forward. Investors have relationships that are putting billions of dollars into infrastructure to build electric vehicles. The charging stations have relationships with the automotive industry to help support them to build massive charging stations. Yeah, talking about that. So what's going on with the F-150 Lightning truck? Jesus Christ, it's getting complicated. It's not easy. If I pull this one off, that went down for like the Super Bowl ring. Yeah, or the dumb man ring, the dumbest man of the year who buys a car every 10 days, right? Yeah, I hear you. I understand. Yeah, relationships. How does that work in anybody's average relationship? I mean, if anybody, what, I mean, I get it. What man is going to have a relationship with a woman that has the Iceman's addictions? I get that. I'm not making fun or light of that. I've been blessed to have a woman in my life that, does she understand it? No. Do we try to make things work? Yes. Yeah, relationships, right? So for the relationship with me, just to myself, on the automotive side, it wasn't for me having these relationships with the finance directors at these car dealerships. In relationship with Ford, I wouldn't have all these vehicles. I mean, that's a key thing. I tell people all the time, these car dealerships, like, hey, you can have the nicest car dealership, the nicest salespeople, you can have the nicest infrastructure, everything I just mentioned, inventory, but if your finance guy doesn't know how to manage the Iceman's addictions, then there's nothing happening here at this dealership. And that's happened many times. There's many car dealers that you've never even seen me post that never even went down. I'm talking over the years. I'm not talking necessarily, right this second, but I'm just saying over the years, there's many times I've gone and tried to buy something and it just doesn't happen because the personnel, the finance doesn't have the relationship with the bank. And trust me, I even, it's a double-edged sword, meaning it's the good and the bad. It's like the devil. What is, the guy can get all the deals bought, but at the same time, I think, is that really good, though? Maybe they shouldn't. Yeah, well, Ford has finally come to closure. Mr. Iceman, no more cars. Now, if you want to dump a ton of cars, which I'm not at that stage right now, because I've got a lot of nice cars and I'm just not ready to part with, so I'm just not there, and I'm not back up north, but at the same time, I'd like to get my F-150 Lightning truck that I get an allocation for, that gives me the electrification, gratification, satisfaction, right? Yeah, I know. Don't get too goofy. So, on the automotive side, I just kind of played with that, and I think already, 14 minutes into the video. But then I think to myself, relationships just in general. We look at each other, and go to the world governing bodies. Go to the world. Let's look at Ukraine and Russia. Where is the relationships, right? Sadly for me, I feel like we've been suckered into the Ukraine relationship. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like anybody knows a lot in depth of what's really going on. Does somebody really know? Sincerely, does anybody really know the real deal of what's going on? Why is Europe kind of on the sidelines, and the what is it? This is pretty cool. The Harley dealers already texting me that they're already starting to work my bike, or did they do something with my bike? I don't know. I'll check that out in a little bit here. So, yeah. So what's the relationship there? Why is the Biden administration, and I guess even our sitting Congress and Senate, I mean, why are they so in relationship with Ukraine? I mean, what are we getting out of this? I mean, does Ukraine pay us back? I mean, my understanding, I thought, was like Benjamin Franklin persuaded the French to give us the military powers to fight the British. I could be wrong in that, but I'm pretty factual. I'm pretty right. Benjamin Franklin was like the ladies' man or the diplomat man, even though his son and him didn't have a good relationship. And that's something. But Benjamin Franklin is the man that got us the powers to fight a war against Britain to become an independent country from the British. Because in the French, I think, borderline broke doing it for us. But did we ever pay him back? I don't know. Tell me you have that, history. Whoever, for me, I wish when I was younger I had for me, my challenge has always been I'm always moving. I'm always doing things. And my challenge is to sit still. It's not easy. For me, just to be fixated on something for a long time, very challenging. I was growing up and I was going through school. That was my biggest challenge. Just not thinking 50 other things as I'm thinking. And I'm trying to study something, but I've got 50 other things going through my head. That's a challenge. To be just focused. So, yeah, I only wish I had the more of the determination and a discipline that I could have studied, more of the history and understood more of the history. Because, even though for us, man, the text is going off the board this morning. So even for us, we witnessed how the relationships back in 2020 when we had the tearing down the statues, the country was letting governing bodies were letting people tear down statues. Christopher Columbus statue. The list goes on and on and on. Before Trump actually mandated a law that you're going to go to prison if you keep on doing this stuff. You got to go through the proper steps and procedures and relationships to get rid of the statue if it so offends you or whatever. So yeah, so relationships there with just us and the world bodies. What's going on? I mean, does anybody remember that supposedly? I mean, you don't know what to believe anymore. When you read the media, it's just like Twitter. Oh my gosh, the Twitter factory. Is it the Twitter factory? Twitter. What is that all about? Just never-ending people posting stuff. It's too much information, and the it's so incredible. The texting is going through the roof. Jesus Christ! Oh my gosh! Yeah. It's Friday morning. I gotta get some more damn coffee. Jeez. All right. Yeah, I'm drinking my coffee. I don't like to do that in front of people. I can do that too. If I have any brains, right? Pea brain, yeah, whatever. Sometimes I get responses. And I sometimes just, it's kind of hard for me. I get a gentleman yesterday, or a subscriber, he posted clickbait. And part of me is like, was he responding to possibly a comment that I made that was referencing to another video, another YouTube channel? Or was he referencing to my channel that I'm clickbait? And I'm just thinking, I think so. What relationship do you have as a subscriber on a YouTube channel where you feel so strongly to post basically just a very, to me, broad meaning? Clickbait. I mean, okay, but I don't get paid. I mean, sincerely, is somebody getting my check for my channel? Can somebody reach out to me? Am I supposed to be getting paid for this channel? I mean, am I? I mean, sincerely. Anybody look at for me, I just like making videos. I've said it how many times? How many videos do I have? Wow. I think I'm over 500 videos. I think I'm like 512 or 515 videos. It's not the quantity, it's the quality, Iceman. I know that. Yeah, the relationship with YouTube. How's that working out for me, right? How's that playing out? Boy, oh boy. Yeah, well, as far as I know, it's fine. I don't get a cent for all my time and all the advertising they show on my channel. So I would assume anybody watching my channel, they see advertising. So their their instantaneous thought is this guy just makes channels and makes conversations just to get paid. Yeah, right. I'm still waiting for my. I mean, I was hoping to get a 1 penny. I was actually hoping they would just send Ice Age TV a 1 cent check. I mean, I just thought it'd be kind of neat just to say I got paid a penny for all my efforts and all my hours. I mean, is it hundreds of hours, thousands of hours? How many hours I put in this? But you know what? I'm not fixated on that. That's not the relationship that I'm looking for through YouTube. I'm looking for the relationship in YouTube just to share my fun, excitement, who I am, and hopefully anybody watching my channel can relate with me, and that's what's cool. As they reach out, they can relate. That's what it's all about. And that's the thing about relationships. That's what I was really thinking about this morning. Is we all create relationships how we relate with each other, and when we kind of like really, it's just really cool. I mean, it really is to me. In my growing up experiences, I've had such great friends, and you just connect. You both just gotta have that same type of mindset, and that's what I think to myself. When you get into family, that you just have these incredibly strong bonds, and you have relationships, and even in marriages. I mean, my parents have been married now. Holy crow! Jesus Christ! You're talking. My dad's 90 years old, so like 70 years. Wow! Wow! Yeah, I can remember their 50th anniversary. We had a big shebang at their house up in Virginia. That was really cool. So, but I think to myself, some people just connect, and yeah, a lot of people disconnect too. I mean, that's another challenge in relationships, and especially in marriage. I mean, marriage. Yeah, what's the average marriage in this country now? Is it a 50%? Is it less than 50% success rate? And now anymore, as we all know, with the changing of who we are, of the genders and everything else, that there's a lot of couples that aren't necessarily man and woman, or woman and woman, man and man, or whatever, and for that they have a relationship, because they connected somehow. They have a connection on what they. So that's, and I think to myself, wow, that how we as individuals find somebody in our life that we so can relate with, and we have such an incredible bond with. And it's just like my daughter. I'll just use my daughter. Would I've ever imagined when my daughter was just a little baby growing up in this physical world, that she would have this incredible bond, relationship with my father? I mean, I never would have. I mean, my daughter, and I'm talking about my sister now had 3 children, and so for my father, he has 4 grandchildren. But I mean, the others never had that type of. They had relationships. Isn't anything to have good relationships? Yeah, but uh, the bond that they have with each other is incredible. I mean, it's scary. And if you watch how they walk together, they walk the same. They probably talk the same. They think the same. I mean, this is my saying of life. His firstborn daughter is typically the dad's personality. Oh my gosh, my kid doomed or what? Well, and also I think that your firstborn daughter probably has the grandfather's personality as well. Am I seeing this? Yeah. Yes, I'm seeing this big time. I mean, oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I just came up with that theory years ago. But here's the thing. Firstborn son would be more like the mother. And I see that all the time. But it's interesting. I will run into people that just deny. But I'm telling you. Now, but what happens to third and fourth? I was the fourth born. What happened to me, right? Yeah, who can I point the finger at to be? I would think I'm kind of like my dad's. I'm kind of like my dad's dad. He was a character of a good, hardworking guy. His name was Doc. He loved the ladies, and great guy, hardworking guy. And sadly, he passed to me in a young age in 1980. I think it was a fall, like November or October. I think it was October of 1980. Up. Here we go. Here comes the relationships right now. The dog relationship. Okay, now don't. Careful what you're saying. What are you saying?
Turn off the video.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we got some challenges ahead of us. Yeah, don't bring that up. But yeah, that's great. Yeah, good old Poppy.
Touched her stuff.
Oh my gosh! Well, here we go. Yeah, it'll be interesting times ahead. Yeah. What adventure on that adventure? Did you change the light bulb? Here's a question. Light bulb.
You can't.
Why?
It won't unscrew, and I can't.
So, all sister calls my daughter and dad over.
Popcorn says unscrew the top, which I knew wasn't right, but I still did it.
Unscrew the top of the light, which you knew wasn't right. That rhymes. All right. Did you go by the trailer and get straps?
Dude.
Oh,
they're worried.
Last night, when you go out to eat your coffee, go by the trailer. Yeah, I keep low right now. Keep it yourself. We will work through it and make it all work.
I don't get why you're important than me having a conversation with you.
We just talked about it. What's more to talk about? Okay. Well, here's the thing. You've texted me, and I've seen it, and you've told me now, and I've seen it. So do we need to turn off the video and talk more about it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, had to clean the air of that conversation. Yeah, relationships, the dad and daughter relationship, right? Yeah, so back to relationships. So, yes, I mean, so I just think to myself, relationships, and as we know, I mean, the relationships can be incredibly powerful. I mean, what relationship do you have with like God? You know, do you have a relationship with God? I mean, that gets all kind of. Do you ever? And then I think to myself, relationship. What draws us to the parties? What divides us? The relationship of the one party versus the other party, and then there's tons of people that be like, I don't want anything to do with any of those parties. I don't have a relationship, you know. So what draws that? You know what? And it's because we know it's the differences of views and ideas and theories, but at the same time. I was telling you the other day about the University of Florida, you know, supposedly not being woke, but it is woke. The universities are teaching wokeism, I guess you'd say. And you just think to yourself, but they're creating the relationships. So, you know, in some aspects of life, you think that through, you know, that you're forcing a relationship that I mean, I think you hear these stories too. I think you hear stories of where people have gotten together because one person has been more dominant than the other person of forcing a relationship. And how does that play out? I know they're doing the time here. Oh, you just missed it. You know, so think about this, coercing. You know, I mean, what's going on more than ever? And that's about the social platform. Social platforms have created relationships, right? But the relationships they've created, have they been good? Now the Congressional House Committee is telling the Representative Jordan, somebody else that's not looking at all his Twitter stuff, they're kicking it to the curb. And they're saying, nope, next round of the House Committee, which is next year, you just reintroduce those letters and, you know, actions that you want to start pursuing, and we will talk. Because they want nothing to do with it. The sitting Congress and House are not going down the path of the relationship of Twitter. Think this through. There is a relationship with Twitter and FBI, CIA, and Democratic Party people. Was there? I mean, I'm all fairness to anybody here watching my channel. I'm not into great depth of that. So is that all factual? I don't know. I mean, sincerely, is it just fake news? Is it just something that Elon Musk is trying to get patted on the back that he opened Pandora's box? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's all going to go to, you know, congressional hearings, I guess. Like I said, I think where this is all going is you're going to see, I said this a long time ago, if you watch my videos, I think that the Jack Dorsey and all his friends and many, many employees of Twitter are going to be sitting downtown and looking at judges and are they going to go to jail? I mean, I don't know. How does it all play out? I have no idea. I'm not the law expert. I mean, even though I wish I would have the determination when I was younger to be a lawyer, because I think it is smart to know the laws of the land, your state, and you know, understand all that. So lawyers get beat up, but here's my uncle Lon, who was a congressman of the state of Tennessee, and that's I wonder what year that is. I don't know. I got to find that out. That's a good question. It's advantageous just to have law knowledge. So, yeah, how does that play out for all those relationships of business? As we know, you know, people have business relationships. Look at the diesel cheat gate of all the executives over there in Europe with Germany that went to jail for the diesel cheat, for the Volkswagen diesel gate. Yeah, the CEO went to prison. I mean, what type of relationship did he have? And there's rolling, rock and roll going. And so relationships, right? Anyways, all right. So this is probably now, the kid came in. It's hard to keep track of what's going on here and there in the relationship and the family. You know, and I think to myself too, though, but sadly as well, we witness in families, in business, it's in every aspect of our life, how the relationships fall apart. And what creates that? So what is the driving force? So we'll just use like marriage. What drives relationships apart? Well, I think it's pretty. I think it's the differences. As you are married, you realize you have such different views and different ideas and different lifestyle, and it becomes very challenging to hold a relationship. I think a lot of relationships are held together because of kids. I think there's many people that, I know for a fact there's many marriages where the couple just makes a commitment until the kids get out of high school or college. They're not going to get divorced, but once they do, they do. And and so I think to myself, in relationships and marriage, what's the driving force of, eventually the relationship doesn't have the bond to work anymore. And I think about that, and then like a mother and daughter, or father and son, or whatever it may be, is because it was. Sadly, I hear these stories. I'm not embellishing here. I know of people that haven't talked to their daughter or their son in ages. My father actually has a church friend that hasn't actually spoken to his daughter in years. It's because of religious reasons. So and there's just others. I've even run across people just general in the field, and I've talked about them. Here's my daughter. Hi.
I'm just listening.
Okay. So there's relationships that I've met people, and I've met like even a guy like my age. In fact, I met a guy here a week ago at a shopping center as we were hanging out to get my daughter's resolved. This guy, and he was abused when he was a little boy, so he ran away from his father. He's 12 years old. And he's never talked to his dad since. Wow. And he's my age. So, look at that relationship. Just a horrific relationship where the father was abusing. You hear these stories all the time. I know of people. I personally know of people. I have another great friend, personal friend, and his stepdad abused his brother. And he was a military guy. He was a chef in the military, and eventually they caught him. He went to prison. He was actually, abusing his brother and sister. And so, so there's relationships that we know, sadly, that are just bad. Just really bad. And then we see relationships where, you hear of the families just horrific scene at the, So the whole point is this morning I'm just trying to relate with people that I'm sure can, just like YouTube channels. Even for me, there's X amount of people follow my channel because I think they have a relationship that they can relate with me in a lot of things in life and aspects and understand. And then there's other people that can't relate with me at all. They just like, that guy, that's a waste. I get all that. I understand. And same for me. I'm no different. I have relationships, and I watch certain channels and other channels. I just kind of like, that just isn't who I am. The fart man, the fart man. Give the guy credit. They're walking around farting in the public all day long. It is funny, but it's just the same thing over and over again. And eventually, it's just kind of like, how much more can you watch of this guy walk around farting in front of people in the general public? But yeah, it's, the Monty Python series. What is it? Benny Hill series. The list goes on and on and on. But the funny side of relationships as well, right? All right, I think I'm going to kind of, wrap it up there. But, what's your relationship? Here we're at the end of the year. How has your year been? I've been blessed in many ways. And I've had some for me, I've had an incredible year. And yeah, I hope others have as well. And once again, I think the foundation of your success in life is relationships. Which, yeah, we all have our bumps in relationships in life, and if you haven't, then you're very, very rare and very unique. I just found out the other day my cousin's daughter just got divorced. And just a beautiful young lady, 2 children, and it's like, wow. Just really, I just am taken back from who she is and the family she came from, and just really... I'm sad to hear that. Very challenging times. Anybody that's been through divorces or split ups, and it's not easy. I feel for anybody here that's on my channel watching that's going through any hardships in relationship. And especially have kids involved, man, wow, just beyond believable. Phew, I don't even want to think about it. But it goes on big time. It's all about relationships and what makes a relationship work. And we all know, it's the give and take, and that's the challenge. How much you giving, how much you taking. Yeah, I understand that. All right, what's my relationship now with getting the truck deal done? I'm getting bugged right now about that right now. I got to get off this and get to work and do other things. And I got to write it down for tomorrow. I got to make a video. I got to write down every vehicle I've purchased for my shebang video of tomorrow, Saturday. It's got to be the 2022 year of the car purchases of the most I've ever had in my whole lifetime, ever. And I gotta write it down. If I could get creative enough, I have a picture of every one and do that video and wrap it up. So, hey everybody, thanks for watching my channel. Really appreciate the nice comments, and I'm really blessed. I really am. I just am such a strong believer in life, of faith, and I'm just such a strong believer in respect of others. It's so easy to be. I tell people all the time, it's so easy to be mean and be hateful. It's so easy. The hardest part in life, I tell my daughter all the time, is being nice. It's not easy, and nobody's perfect. And you can only hope, if you're a parent, your child grows up, that they have the compassion to love others and help others. And sadly, today more than ever, we see so many people that have families that are so distraught, and drugs and sex and physical violence and hate. And is a relationship with the devil? I think they are. I think more than ever the devil's in our society, more than ever, and on the device I'm talking on. Very sad. And that's a relationship that's huge today, I think, is the devil, sadly. So for me, my daughter made a commitment to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. You saw that video. I think that was incredibly powerful. And to me, as a father, to me, I feel like, okay, hopefully for me in this physical world, I've done something that can be passed on to somebody else. It'll pass on to somebody else. That's the whole idea. Everybody, thanks for watching, and God bless. Stay safe and stay tuned. What's up next? I don't know.